Now, 2023 is the Social Security situation. And then you have the drunken monkey running around complaining to all the other platforms. Some of these names I'm not going to mention. One of them was a particularly virulent stalker of Rev G. The drunken monkey went over there talking shit about Rev G, bringing my name up. He was so angry because he still was trying during the holiday season to see who he can get to attack us at his behest. Not getting the message that folks don't give a shit, even if they can't stand our ass and vice versa, with the caveat I just explained. It was hilarious because he tries to float stories about me stealing people's records when he is the one that was offering money to Mona to get young Pharaoh's medical records and another person's medical records he was trying to get a hold of. But he, at this time, is trying to turn it on me, which is never going to concern me. I would always welcome an investigation because I know exactly what that investigation is yielding. That is going to yield this drunken monkey offering money to get federally protected records. So when the Social Security situation came out, he lied and lied and lied, knowing he is a culprit. He is a co-conspirator because he was the one trying to get medical records. And then all of a sudden, he shut the hell up. But he was trying his hardest to get with Rev G stalkers to see what the hell did he think he was going to yield from that. You're not going to yield anything because Rev G is not engaged in any illegal conduct. I'm not engaged in any illegal conduct. We know who is engaged in illegal conduct. But coming up and trying to put us in the position that he was in deep. He's the one that recorded all these phone conversations, documenting his role in that whole situation. That ain't got shit to do with me. He even said it on live streams and gave names of others, which he doesn't think that we captured, but we did. During the holiday season, he was turning it up, trying to see who I can get to bite on my attacks against Rev G, against AAS. It never worked. He went over to, again, I'm not going to mention their names. I know he has to be contorted thinking that we actually give a shit. How are we going to care if he goes to a channel of someone that we don't even deal with? That is how he thinks. That's not how we think because we don't have any relationship with him. Don't want a relationship with him. He claims he doesn't want one with us. So it's not logical that he would care about who we interact with, but he very much does care. He's the one going to the different chats, trying to see if he can get some sort of interaction or reaction from us. We don't do that with this drunken monkey. So when the Social Security disaster came out, he was working overtime to see if he can put people in a position to mass blame, mass attack, mass target us for being involved with illegal activity related to Social Security. We're the ones who filed the police reports. We're the ones that have the investigators questioning us, and we're not going to care what questions they ask, what records they get, because we are the innocent ones. This drunken monkey is never innocent. He's a conniver. He is envious. He is vindictive. If he perceives in any way, shape, or form that you won't do exactly what he wants you to do, he is on a mission to punish, to castigate you. And he wants you to demonstrate, like a good slave, in his mind that you should be to him, I am punished. I am suffering because you impose this upon me. And he does this even more so during the holiday season and continues to be more and more disappointed each year because he never gets that effect from us. So here we go again, 2024. And what do you know? After he lost monetization, he regained monetization, and I'm fully aware that he has tried to delete several live streams. And when I say try to delete several live streams, I should do another video on this particular subject. You can go ahead and delete it from YouTube, but for purposes that I need it for, it's not deleted from YouTube. YouTube can still strike a monetized channel, even if a video is deleted for a specific purpose. I'll get into that later, but it's interesting that he's monetized. And again, as I referred to back in the year reference 2021, he ran sneak panels, and here we go again. He ran another sneak panel, and guess who he's talking about? And guess who he's getting money to talk about? Me, Rev G, Remix, and full of lies. So either he's running a sneak panel or he's running a members only and hides it and begs people to go and view it again so he can continue to get money to talk about people who he claims are irrelevant. So what is the theme this time? Still obsessing over who I am interacting with on YouTube, who he knows I'm interacting with. There are plenty of people. He has no idea who I'm interacting with. It is none of his business who I'm interacting with, whether he sees it or not. Obsessed over where I have a wrench. Obsessed over making sure he floats these burner at the stake fantasy or fantasies, plural, about who took a wrench from me, which are false. I stated it before. I state it again. I'm not Mona. I'm not Carrie Ann. I'm no glutton for anybody's punishment or abuse. I leave. I hightail it out of there. I book it. I get out of Dodge. What the hell do I need a wrench for? This is what he really sees as important. Who gives a damn about a wrench on his page? I don't care. But he not only is concerned about that, he's worried about me being on whose page now? He's obsessing over the fact that I'm over on Don's page and Don decided he wants to give me a wrench. Well, why the hell do you care what Don does on Don's page? Don has less subs. This is why I tell everyone it doesn't matter how many subscriptions someone has on a channel. He has over 5,000 subscribers, right? But he's up here obsessing over someone who has less than 1,000 subscribers or people who have less subscribers than him. He's not happy. He's supposedly better than everybody, but he's around here stalking those who are supposedly beneath him. He went over to Don's page and got his feelings hurt. Got his feelings hurt because Don, I guess, didn't give him enough attention. How and why do you need attention from irrelevant people? I'm irrelevant. Rev G's irrelevant. Remix is irrelevant. But he's obsessing over us and getting paid while he talks about us. The fantasies about me being burnt at the stake, getting wrenches removed, nobody likes me, but it's not making him feel any better. Running stories about Rev G, a danger to kids. He wouldn't trust Rev G around his kid, but he sure trusts his kid around his daddy who was puffing smoke in his daughter's face. And he sure would trust his daughter around a crackhead. Come on. Come on, people. The anger boils over because we won't obey. We won't do what he wants us to do, which is get on our knees and make him feel like he wants to feel, while we feel horrible. We're suffering. We feel bad. We need him to validate us as important. We don't care what you think about us. But I'll tell you one damn thing, we will take action if you continue this harassment. What you're doing is harassment. We don't come to your page. We don't follow you around. We don't do shit unless you harass us. Your behavior is actionable. This is someone with the monetized channel running around harassing people. He did it before. He lost his monetization. Now he has monetization. And this is what he wants us to again report him to YouTube. His content is not monetization worthy. So he wants to turn around and continue what he did before. Let me tell you what he was doing before. Let's not mince any words. He has a ton of content on his page. And this is how he's ratcheting it up during the holiday season. And let's make no mistake about it, he does it during the year as well. I can't even count how many times his content, which has been brought to my attention, just like the other day, he did a live stream which was brought to my attention. I was out enjoying the holiday season and somebody let me know he was running a live stream telling all kinds of lies about me and Rev G and Remix. But let me tell you about the content that he thinks he'll be able to skate with. All kinds of bitchs he was calling me. All these different types of names that he was referring to me. And every single one of those names falls on the list that YouTube says disqualifies a content creator to have a monetized channel. Yes, you were referring to me in extremely derogatory terms. Are you hurting my feelings? I don't give a damn about you. But YouTube cares about the language that you use to describe me and others. So this is all I have to do. All I have to do is go back, get those live streams, because I have the links to those live streams, sit at my computer, write YouTube a formal complaint about the language that's directly associated with this monetized channel. And I already did the research. YouTube doesn't care when the live stream was posted. It could go back to 2021. Anyone have any questions about that? Ask Cynthia G. That went back 4 years and removed her monetization. Now, here's the situation. You can do whatever you want and complain about this channel. The difference with me and this drunken monkey is I won't care. That drunken monkey did not build the channel at all by himself. It's 100% off the blood and sweat of others, the assistance of others, the talent of others, the content of others. That's how he got to where he is now. And the nerve of you to think you can sit up here and say whatever the hell you want about me and my friends and supporters and run a monetized channel and talk shit about us and get paid for it. Well, I'm letting you know what's coming down the pike. I will file that complaint or complaints because what he is doing is violating YouTube community guidelines. And I will do a separate video on that, but you're definitely not going to continue on this road again when it comes to me, friends and supporters who aren't even mentioning this dude's name. And the nerve of him to cry and complain that he goes up on the community wall. He goes on the community wall when he starts harassing and stalking us, going over to spaces where we are. We are not going to spaces where he is. He's going to spaces where we are. He needs content because he has no talent. He got the monetization. How? God only knows. Surely because he's using other people's content. You see what he's doing with Umar Johnson, right? And the nerve to say I was harassing Umar Johnson. He is the one that gave Umar his notebook because he tried to trap Umar into contacting him again. He voluntarily gave the notebook to Umar, then got mad when Umar wouldn't call him back. That's just a ploy. But I'll be clear about what's going to happen. You continue harassing me, you continue harassing my friends and supporters, I'm simply going to report you to YouTube. I have a right to do that. I have a right to make any lawful move to address any behavior that's actionable. There's nothing anybody, especially this lowlife, can say to me to derail me from my rights. Obviously, this shit runs really, really deep with this dude. I'm talking 50, 100, 200 feet deep. Can't let it go. We're not even talking about him. We're not thinking about him. He's the one who continuously initiates. He is the aggressor in this issue. Having people up on a panel, I don't even know who the hell this idiot is on the panel. I don't know who these people are. Do not know who they are. He has them on his panel talking all this shit, violating YouTube monetization rules. And that occurs, I will take action. Same thing I will do if any other actionable conduct is perpetrated, is targeted towards me or anyone that I care about. This is not something that anyone has a right to do. They do not have a right to do the things that they are doing. So if they want to continue down this road, I'm simply going to do what I always say I'm going to do. I'm going to find an agency and an entity to address the issue that has decision-making authority over the subject who is engaging in the conduct. Then we will see how it plays out. Listen, folks, you know, I got more coming your way. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.